Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kay's channel. Today we are playing RCT3. That's right. Today we are on my new park, the park that I've just created. And this park, I want to kind of go over it because I know what you guys are thinking. Okay, so I split this park into three sections. This is basically like this green part right here. I tried to make this like a forest, and basically they can go to the zoo and stuff, look at the animals, get on roller coasters, basic rainforest type rides, insects and stuff. Look at the insects. So basically, that's what they're supposed to be, like an animal thingy, where you can explore like things within a forest, like or a zoo, basically. This one is like a Wild Western theme part of the park. Say if you're like into the Wild Western rodeo type stuff, this is the part of the park where that you would go to. They have the bison burgers, the root beer, and the Western hats. So all this is basically um, for the Wild Western theme, and these sunglasses and sunscreen are basically to protect them because they're in the desert and it's hot. So, well, it's supposed to be hot. It's 80 degrees though in the whole park, which kind of wouldn't make sense for this next one part I'm about to show you, which is the snow part. This snow section is basically to have rides like this chairlift. They can go through the chairlift and ride the chairlift if they wish, and look at the scenery. I mean, look at it. I know it kind of looks unrealistic with the green background, but we're gonna just pretend that's like far away, like that's not even close to here. So this is supposed to be the snow part where they can just ride on the chairlift. They can get on the glider, which is this ride right here. This is the glider. It hasn't got much attention yet, but yeah, this is pretty much the glider. And this, okay, we just sense this is an elevator, which obviously takes them from up there to down here because you can't reach from over there and up there. So the terrain was kind of like unleveled, you should say, and we had to like separate the terrain so like there's an elevator that can take them from. Okay, let me show you. So that's basically, you see the hill part. I would have to elevate this whole entire section, and I didn't want to do that, seeing that they had an elevator that can just take them from up to down. So I decided to use the elevator instead of wasting time like that. And this, as you know, for the snow part is a hot chocolate stand. Even though it's 80 degrees in the park, it's part of the theme. And then we have polar bears, fenced in electric fences for the people to see, and some stuff for them to play with. Oh, I thought it was gonna go in the water. Looks like it is. Okay, the ball just went in the water. Let me get it out. Oh, both of the balls are in the water, but they're not in good condition. So here's what I'm gonna do, because this is the condition level. So I'm just gonna buy them new toys because their toys are not in good condition, and I'm basically just gonna buy them balls because I don't want the I don't want it to look too junky in there, and people are just like, wow, all that stuff. It's not like they clean it. And I don't want them to think that, like, you when you have toys for them, you have to make it go with the scenery. And this thing right here is a monorail. This monorail takes them from different parts of the park, like the Wild Western Park, the Tundra Park, or the Snow Park, and then back to the rainforest. Okay, that's basically what this monorail does. Okay, this is like the magic train. This is where people go to get to different parts of the park. Okay, so now that I've discussed basically my park and the theme of it, we have to do something. We just opened this park, and to me, it seems like we could use a little bit more people in the park and also more attractions in the park. Complaints that I have gotten from my visitors in the park was that there's not enough drink stalls, which is a problem because if they don't have anything to drink, um, they could dehydrate, and that would be on me because there's no drink stalls in here. And I actually see it, like when you go through, all you see is eateries, and no drink stalls. So that's what we're gonna do today. We are going to put some drink stalls, like, um, probably not over here. We're gonna try to fit them, like, over here somewhere. Like, we can remove this tree, and we can put one right here. I'm trying to separate them so they're not, like, too close together. But yeah. So what I'm thinking about putting here is maybe coconut drinks, because it goes kind of with the theme of this side of the park. Again, we're trying to stick to the theme of the park. So we can add coconut drinks. They can get coconut drinks. And we can have, because probably not everybody would want coconut drinks. We could add Rocket, what does it say? Sci-fi themed cafe selling refreshments. We could add a drink stall, like, for the people that are, like, averagely, um, don't like those, all those detailed drinks. We have a cocktail stand where we sell tropical juice, I think it is. Tropical juice. Yeah, tropical juices. We can put one right here because I do not want them to be thirsty. We can put a drink stall right here. It would make no sense for us to sell coffee. That's something we could put in the snow park, coffee. If they wanted coffee, that's something we could do. But we're just gonna open up more drink stalls because I've been getting complaints about there not being enough drink stalls, and I do not want my people to be thirsty, because that would be the worst thing to ever have. Oh my gosh, look at the line for this monorail. Look at the line for this monorail. What I might have to end up doing, since the monorail is like a big part of this park, I'm gonna have to add more monorails. I only have 4 monorails. That is pathetic. Okay, pathetic. I need to have more monorails. Look, there's not even a train coming soon. Those people are gonna be waiting a long time. The thing is, if I close the monorail to get more trains and stuff, it's gonna people are gonna leave the attraction, and that means it's gonna go down, and they're gonna go on other stuff. And I kind of want them to be on the monorail, because the monorail is like a big part of this park. Like, without this monorail, they couldn't get to other sides of the park. But the monorails are kind of moving a bit slow from the lines here. So what we need to do is we need to increase the waiting time, though, because that means they only have 60 seconds to board the train before it leaves the station. So we're gonna bump that up to 120. Now they have 2 minutes to get on the train before it leaves. The reason I did that is because it's getting more popular, and it's getting more popular, more people are gonna want to get on, alright? So, and another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna increase the queuing line, and I'm gonna add like stuff like the TVs that I had in my other park. I'm going to add those in this one. So there, I've increased the queuing line so more people can get in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add TVs and stuff, which will probably help with the queuing, hopefully. I hope to have more monorails soon. I just don't want to ruin the long lines because, of course, nobody likes long lines. But I mean, this monorail is a big part of this attraction, and if people are just leaving it, it doesn't make the monorail fun. Okay, let me see what people are saying actually about the monorail, because honestly, to tell you the truth, I want good responses with this monorail, and if people aren't happy, I'm not happy. So, oh shoot, I did not mean to do that. There you go, I did not mean to do that. Okay, the brakes on the elevator have failed. And see, this is why people don't like elevators. They're always breaking down. So I'm going to decrease the maintenance so there can be more maintenance on this, because people aren't going to trust my elevators. Like, people already hate elevators. So having them break down would be the worst thing that could ever happen. And one thing I am thinking about doing, since they have this, when the monorail like breaks down, like it has one of its control fails or whatever, I will change some of the stuff, like add more trains and stuff to it, so there won't be these long lines, basically, because I don't want them waiting like a really long time just to get on the market. And as you can see, some people are like just skipping. They don't give a care. They do not give a flying freak. What I'm gonna do, because this is really irritating me, I'm just gonna close it and add more trains. We're gonna add 10 trains. 10 trains. There. Now the monorail is back open and has more trains for my people of this park, this beautiful park, to go on. Seeing that decreases the waiting time. So hopefully, and now another thing we need to do. We need to advertise the park, because I want more people to come. And if you can't understand this, the name of my park is Tritopolis. That's the name of my park. The entrance fee is free. I have unlimited money, so I don't really need people to pay me to get in the park. It's no reason. So we're gonna do Parenting Magazine for 6 weeks, which is 1,000. Yeah, it was 1,000. And we're going to support our monorail so more people can get on it. We're going to support it, even though I think it's already free. We're going to support it. So, because if you do this, more people will get on your ride. I'm thinking that they will get on a ride if you're putting out coupons for it. So, yeah, let's do this. So that supports the monorail for like the next 5 weeks in game, not in real life, in game. So this is basically the time and stuff. And right now it says year 10, which means this park has been open for 10 years. in game time, which is a long time. When I just created this park, like last weekend, okay, I just received a complaint that there's not enough food stalls. A lot of people are hungry. Consider adding more food stalls. We just added more drink stalls. I don't mind adding more food stalls because like I said, um, people do get hungry. And okay, now as you can see, the roller coaster is closed. What I need to do for this is, the reason I closed it is because the test results they hit the roof. I was thinking that they wouldn't be that high, but they were extremely high. I looked at the test results, they were ultra extreme. Meaning this ride was so intense that nobody wanted to get on it. Like, it was that intense. Because right on this part, I had it to where you just drop way down. Like this, you just drop way down like that. And I don't think they liked it that too much. And the reason I had it like that, so I wouldn't have to add like rails right here. So like, they could just go up without any rails. And this one I kind of decreased it though, because I think I think you can make it to the other side without stopping. I just didn't get a chance to test the. Why is he over there? Why is he? He's not supposed to be. Okay, I'm gonna have to rescue him because he's gonna have a world trying to get out of this. I don't know how he got in there. He probably jumped the fence or something. Which, in this case, that's a security problem. I'm gonna tell you all flat. I don't know what security are for in this game. I don't know. The only reason I know what it's for is because if you don't have security in your park, people are gonna be like, "Is there somebody watching me? Am I here alone? Is somebody watching me?" And that's the reason you have security. But nothing really happens. Like, security doesn't do anything. They don't stop people from stealing stuff. They don't make people leave attractions because they're being rude or whatever. They don't really do anything. I mean, so I don't see the point for them. Like, basically they're just there so people feel protected. Is my case. That's what they're there for. To make people feel protected. I mean, if you're just standing there just so somebody can feel protected, like, is that doing a job? Like, I know you're like making people feel protected, but is that like doing a job? I mean, that's something. Like, seriously. Okay, we're gonna add, like, everybody likes cotton candy. And ice cream. We can add ice cream. I'm gonna add that to the Wild Western theme park of the part of the park too. So, and I'm gonna do coupons for like other attractions, like if I see a eatery place that's like really popular, I'm gonna start opening coupons for that so more people can go to them. So I'm just gonna like give out free coupons for those. I'm gonna open a pizzeria, even though we already have one on the other side. We're gonna put one right here. There. So I just added a few more eateries. I don't need to add a whole lot. But I added enough. Okay, I added enough. See, this is why I didn't want to raise the waiting time, because that means people are going to be waiting 2 minutes just for the train to leave, and that is way too long. So I'm just going to put a little over a minute, because they will have to wait at this station for like what, 2 minutes, and then wherever they want to go, that's a long time. I wouldn't want to be sitting at a station that long waiting for the monorail to go. Like, this is a park. This is not even supposed to have this. The only reason it has it because this is like a big part, and you can't just walk on it. It's gonna, like, you're gonna kill your legs. So I added a monorail. But this car, or whatever this thing is, doesn't seem to be going. Yeah. I'm gonna... Okay, I guess that's the highest it can go. A medium excitement rating. Nice. I'm gonna make the monorails a little faster. See, what is going on? Because he should have been left the station. Hold on. Let me try something. Yeah, guys, I don't know what's going on. It's either the ride is glitched or something is going on. Yes, I think the ride is glitched, which is not good. I just reopened this thing too, and the way I know it's glitched is because the door is just open. What I'm gonna try to do is call a mechanic to the ride and see if they can do anything about it. If not, we're gonna have to close the ride. And okay, the mechanic's looking at it. Okay, what we're gonna have to do is try to close the ride and open it back up, because for some reason it's not moving. Let's add 8 cars, because I think it's the amount of cars. There. Now we can raise this back to 80. Yeah. It was just... That was the second time. And I think that was a glitch. I seriously think that was a glitch. Because you saw the... Because the ride doesn't go until these doors are closed. So that could have contributed to that being like that. It is now 71 degrees, cloudy is what it's saying. So it's not really sunny, it's cloudy. That means the temperature is going down. I wonder if it's because of like certain parts of the park. But 71 is not too cold. It's not even cold. It's basically hot but warm. To me, it is. We're gonna keep it at daytime because I don't have lights and stuff all around the park, and I am way too lazy right now to add them. But I am going to eventually. What I want to do next is, I hate the color of these rides, so I'm basically gonna change them. Probably this one I'll make like a green, and then probably this one black, and the red part green. Okay, that looks better. That looks a million times better. And the circus, I'm gonna make the circus red and black. So this part can be red, And this part can be black. Oh, that looks so evil. Let's. Um, you know what? That's good. That's good. I mean, not too many people like the circus anyway, so the ad campaign is finished. I'm thinking about doing another one because it was basically a waste seeing I had to reclose the ride. I hope this thing is not glitched. If this thing is glitched, okay. That's it. What I'm going to do about this is I'm going to remove the entrance. Like, I'm probably going to delete this station. But I'm not closing my ride again. I really wish I could delete it, though, because... I mean... This is a delay. And I don't know why it's doing this, but it's aggravating. This is, like, pathetically aggravating. And the only way to get rid of it is to delete the station. The only way to do that is to close the ride. This gets on my nerves. Because now I see why it's not working. You saw that, right? I wonder if it's doing the same thing at other stations. I seriously wonder. Is it doing the same thing? Let's see. No, it is not. It is just that station. So here's what I'm going to have to do. For the third time, I'm going to have to close it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this station. The only reason I added this station is because I wanted more people to go on the monorail, because everybody was like all over here. But what I'm going to do now is actually, let's try this. Let's not put an entrance, since it wanted to be crappy, and just put an exit. That fixes everything. No, no, no. Oh, goodness, no. Because if I deleted it, I would have to make the whole thing again, because people wouldn't be able to get to other sides of the park. And then people would be complaining that they can't leave the park, and they're sick of this part of the park. They want to go somewhere else. And I'm going to have to fix it. So, I'm not dealing with that. There we go. That's better. You know what? You know what? I'll just add a little bit more food stalls. I was about to say no, but then, I mean, people would complain, and then they'll be like they want to go home because this place doesn't have anything to eat or anything. So cotton candy. Theme parks always have cotton candy. We'll add some stuff over here. Like, this park is just plain plaid. cookies for the little ones. And I added dino burgers, didn't I? I didn't? Oh, I know I did. I know I did. Because that's the theme for this part of the park. Dinosaurs, even though there aren't any, it's just basically animals and stuff like that. But then they're gonna complain about there not being enough drink stalls, because I guess if there's more food stalls and drink stalls, people are gonna say, "Oh, I'm thirsty." If there's more drink stalls and food stalls, people are gonna be like, "Oh, I'm hungry." And then it's just gonna be a battle of the bands of food and drinks. People are having trouble getting to the entrance of Viewing Gallery 1. Let's take a look at it. This is Viewing Gallery 1. Why did you take me to Viewing Gallery 1 if 6? This is Viewing Gallery 1. I see no problem with the entrance. It looks okay. People are on it. And, hold on. Well, nobody's leaving comments about it. Viewing Gallery 1 is a good value. Well, people seem to be entering it just fine. Which is why this thing is getting on my nerves, because it's starting to have false statements, which is really annoying. Thomas D is trapped inside an enclosure. You know, I'm about to put this... Oh, he is aggravating. Thomas D is trapped inside. I see why they are saying this, because the animals keep getting in the way. Like, and they're not supposed to be going. They're not supposed to go out those gates. So I'm going to move them away from the gates, because they're not supposed to be over there by those gates. Because if they go out those gates, that means they're in the outside of the park, which means they could cause a disruption in the park, and people will start running off the pathways and running away from the animals because they're not in a fence. So that's something I will have to keep. And they keep, like, every time that gate opens, they're like ready. They're like ready. And look at this guy. He's just gonna run in front of it. Boy, this is crazy. And I see the reason why they say they're trapped in the enclosure, because... Okay, move from the gate. Get away from the gate. Because I can't stay here watching you because you think... Yeah, people are liking the viewing gallery. So, I don't see beef with it. I see my monorail is fixed. No, it is not. It's closed. That's no. My bad, guys. My bad. The reason I had to close it, obviously, is because of this part. And I think it's going to do it again. If so, it's going to ruin parts of my park. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start another advertisement. for my part and for the monorail. What needs to be tested? No. I will test it later. No, it is not getting tested right now. I don't care what you say. It is not getting tested right now. Because, first of all, you know what? I'm sick of these goddamn animals. I will test it later, okay? You know what? I'll just test it now. Because it's not really that many people know. I'll just test it now. Let it do its little test. That's probably why it's happening. Okay, test results are still not in. So let me get his lazy behind over here so he can test this ride so I can open it, because he thinks he can do what he wants when he wants to do it. That's not happening. You are about to test this ride right now. Literally right now, I'm about to kick you. I want you to evaluate this ride right here. You know what? I'm gonna change his name. Shit. Because he is. This thing is about to get on my nerves. I don't. Yeah, I think this thing is somewhat bugged and broken. This is really getting on my nerves. This is really racking my nerves right now. Like, if there was a way that I really couldn't see that, I would do it. It is so annoying, it's not even funny. Okay, this is at enough test. If he wants to test it, he can. Because I'm ready for people to get on the monorail, and people are starting to leave my park. I literally had more visitors than this. Like, this is not going good with this park. Because I want people to go on the monorails. They're on these rides, of course, but I want them to go on the monorail because that's the most themed attraction. That's like, that's what gets people over here to try out these rides. And nobody's really over here, as you can see. And the Wild Western show is actually fun. When you think about it, it's actually fun. Let's watch it. It's actually fun though. I watched it a couple times. The Frontier. Oh, I'm like, that guy got struck by an arrow. Yeah, the Wild Western show is pretty fun. What's this? I'll show you guys the Wild Western show later because nobody's really getting on it. I don't have animals in here? Oh. Okay. So as you can see, there's two enclosures and they're separated. The reason I did that is because I wanted to add camels and horses. The reason I separated them is because I didn't know if camels and horses were actually rivals. Because I think they have to live in the same home for them not to be rivals. So horses require a wooden fence. So I need to see what kind of home they need. Okay, so this is a horse's house. This is pretty cool. Looks okay. Looks dirty. But we're gonna add two horses so people can view the horses. Horses are fun. Oh, where are the horses? Oh, here they go. Add one female, and then I'm going to add one baby horse. Because, obviously there's a male and a female. They're going to make more babies, so you don't need, like, a whole bunch. See what I mean? Well, they're playing with each other right now. And then let me change this so they can get often. I'm going to put another